Miwa Harimoto, right-handed. Berlin Kwan, also right-handed. Miwa is ranked 7th in the world. Third is ranked 179. Japan actually come into this match, having earlier also beaten DPR Korea. Now just bringing my colleague here into the discussion. Sachin, welcome back, and yes, it's going to be something really amazing to see, because as you may remember that how actually Japan had overcome DPR Korea. It was 3-2. They overcame a great spirited effort by Kim, and later we have seen how Singapore overcame India. Both teams coming off 5 gamers actually. It was 3-2 to each of them in the quarterfinals.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yesterday, Singapore really took the match away from India. At some point of time, it would look like that Diya Chitle was absolutely in command, but that match slipped. But such a hard work done by all the team members. But yesterday, Yashaswini Ghorpade completely changed the rhythm for India. But nevertheless, it was some tough lessons learned there. Coming back to the match, Miwa Harimoto to serve.
The 17-year-old is on course here. He has started with a point, and this is really amazing, isn't it? I mean, I'm so much in awe of the Harimoto family, the brother and the sister. Of course, we are going to see Tomakazu later on as well in the men's competition, as his sister Miwa has also started well. And just looking at what she's achieved at such a young age here, Sachin. Silver medalist in the teams event at the Olympic Games. Last year, the Asian Championship in Astana, Kazakhstan. He was a part of the team that won the gold medal, won the singles silver medal in the Asian Championships last year when we had all those events there. So really a glittering career, and already one would say, and a lot more expected from her in the future, as it was expected from her brother as well, who started at what, 13 or 14?
Started at the age of 4, and certainly, and at the age of 14, he was in top 10 in the world, and he has beaten the biggest of the biggest names, which is Ma Long, 5 times gold medalist in Olympics. So not an easy thing, but of course you always have these surprise packages from different parts of the world. But still China rules. Why? Because they don't worry about losing some of the matches here and there. They focus on the process. They focus on the consistency of producing the gold medalist and the silver medalist there. Yes, of course, it's a big breakthrough for Harimoto family here. Absolutely, there's no stealing away the fact that it's in the family. It's in the blood. The table tennis as a game is a part of their culture. Discussion on the dining table there, and on this you can see the discussion is absolutely on the table is in favor of Harimoto, leading by 5-3.
Yes, in fact, a good comeback of sorts by Sir, because she was down 5-0 and she has managed to get 3 points. And that power forehand creating that point for Harimoto. Also, Sachin, to build up on that, Harimoto Senior, really credit to him, the way he has groomed his children to play at the highest level. And as expected, we have him here in the audience. I can see him sitting there. Moving ahead now, Miwa Harimoto at 7-3, and to really overcome a stern test from the DPR Koreans earlier. Miwa on that occasion had to really put in her best to beat Chai Soo-young. She won that match in a 5-gamer, 7-11, 11-6, 11-5, 11-13, 11-1. So in the last game, she completely took it on. And later on, Niva was in fact beaten by the Olympic champion Kim Kum-yong. You know, what can you say about her? The mixed doubles Olympic champion, that is. Just got a little bit big on her. So Niva actually lost that game against Kim Kum-yong, but there was no disgrace in that because Kim was just playing on another level. She lost that 8-11, 9-11, 11-8, 11-4, 4-11.
Yes, a lot of stats here. Important stats. These stats are very, very important so that we can understand the history behind the players and their success and their struggles, both to come up the food chain in the table tennis ranking. And with this, Harimoto moving to the next game. First point, first game, Japan.
Cool as a cucumber, one would say, because very easily done by her. Niva Harimoto, one of the players to really, really watch out for.
Absolutely, and when it comes to easy, you have not seen her dancing whenever she is in a practice session. Sometimes the coaches allow her to be herself, and also normal human being, and the way she dances is amazing. She wear the earpods and she dances across the table beautifully. That's a quite a sight. But while we are seeing these players and the warriors, they are fighting for every point with so much of focus and laser sharp focus and seriousness. But yes, they have their share of fun as well. You could see Japan cooling down. Harimoto there, who is standing there with the motto of winning her match to give the relevant lead to Japan in this semi-final. And on the other side right now, Manav Thakkar is 2-1 up.
Yes, and that match is, of course, in the 5th to 8th place classification. India are playing DPR Korea. Now coming back to this one, and this time it's going to be serve to serve against Harimoto. And you know, we've already spoken about what Republic of Korea have been achieving in the world of sport. We also got to give credit to Japan for the strides that they've made across different sports. As I said earlier, Korea had hosted a football World Cup in the early 2000s. Japan also had hosted it with them. Not just that, the Japanese football team continues to qualify. And in a sport that not many people would have expected an Asian country to perform, it was Japan who actually rose up the ranks in rugby, a sport that is generally so popular in Oceania and of course in Europe.
Absolutely. So these countries see sports is a very, very important part of culture. It is not just only about winning medals, but like any other country, developed or developing country rather, both. It's sports adds so much of athleticism to the culture. Imagine a country without music and sports. Even if you are a capitalist by nature, doesn't help. So you could build so much of energy with music, with arts, and with sports. So, and certainly winning these important tournament adds a lot of razzmatazz to the country. And with this, right now, Sterling slowly coming into the game.
Yes, and he's played razzmatazz, and Niva Harimoto wanted to add that razzmatazz in this match early, but Serlin for the moment just trying to sort of just rise in this match. Well, talking about what you just said, yes, there are now a lot of things happening here in India as well, where of course cricket is the most popular sport, no doubt, and India have got a world-class unit there, having won numerous championships, but India are also coming up in other sports as well. India have traditionally been strong in hockey, and now there is a resurgence in that sport as well. In shooting, India are doing well. India have produced some great paddlers also in recent times who have raised the bar, of course. You know, it's about raising the bar, going to the next level, and it's because of efforts of various authorities, right? We've got this wonderful stadium here, Kalinga Stadium. Full credit to the Odisha government for getting this event here together, and for creating an atmosphere so that we've got the opportunity for such world-class events here.
You rightly said, India. Let me also want to remind and tell people it's good about India that each and every other state, the amount of sheer population India has, each and every state, and also a mini country in itself. So obviously, with such a large diversity, with so many different languages, with so many different cultures, within culture in India, you require some bit of time to grow the other things. And as you rightly said, that a lot of other sports have come up. Sportsmen and other sports are winning medals at the Olympics. So obviously, there's a lot of focus government has and the individual state has on driving these sports.
Meanwhile, completely focused is Miwa Harimoto. Look at that winner. It was on the corner, and just the way she hit it with that precision, not an easy shot to execute. What do you make of it? That precision was too good.
Yes, absolutely. So typically this kind of a shot you play in multi-balls, you put up one more table there to develop the footwork there. So quite a work has been done on her footwork. This time, Sterling hit onto the body. The spinning score in there.
Yes, and also, talking about sport as a culture, when youngsters come and watch the highest level of sport, I mean, look at what happened yesterday. Benjamin Tarazi wins that great match, and any kid sitting in the stands or watching on television who could be inspired and say, if this kid from Iran can do it, so can I, if I put my 100%.
Yes, absolutely, and I guess that's the reason something what we're also seeing Ankur at this young age is something setting up a big example here, defeating Koreans in their own country as well. In a lot of WTT contenders, he has defeated some of their best players who have been a higher ranker players. So certainly in India, if Iran has got Farazi, India has got Ankur. Yes, we can talk about the age, couple of years here and there, doesn't matter, but it's all about that the belief that you can do it, and that's the belief which is driving Indians as well. And at this moment, we see the score. Sterling has changed the tide, 9-7, quietly, while the limelight is still there on Miwa Harimoto, being a higher ranker player, but okay, he was far behind the table. Harimoto controlled the speed, unlike a lot of other something what we've seen in the Chinese. Harimoto doesn't use so much of power, but she first of all tries to balance the ball and then go for an aggressive attack.
And just, you just look at someone like a Harimoto, that it's now currently game point for serve. You look at Harimoto and you can just sense the word that I will describe the moment she's there near the table is balance. You can just see how balanced she is. Her head also is so still. Now, a lot of the times we talk about in sport, you look at a sports person's balance in terms of their head position. And for some reason, she stands out with that. Correct me if I'm wrong though.
I would love to correct it, but I would want to see the last one what happens, and Miwa Harimoto is defending. Yes, absolutely. The body language matters a lot. You got to, in these, right now, when the tension is up, looks like timeout is being taken by Sterling. Okay, this is for the first time. I must remind the viewers that this is for the first time in this tournament. Somebody is taking out a timeout in the first game.
It's interesting. I cannot
Okay, in the second game, sorry, in the second game.
I cannot make sense of this. Why would you want to take a timeout now? I mean, rather save it for the third, possibly if it goes into a fourth.
Sterling may or may not. She knows that she is not a higher ranker player. And obviously, right now she has set up the stage, though she has got the rhythm back now, but it is 10-9. So if she can actually pull out one game in her favor, she would try to put a lot more pressure on Miwa Harimoto. She's already backed up with confidence, of more number of matches being played there, much more experience, has already a lot more title under her belt. Diva to serve. And with that, I think the timeout perfectly worked for Serlin. She went in with the strategy to come back to get that point. It worked. She just a few seconds back, she was there trying to understand what do I do to get this point, and just now she's returned happily. Good news for Singapore there.
Yes, and the Singaporean coach who we had a look at yesterday, as always, gestures quite a lot. Look at that. For a moment, you just think of the Singapore coach and the kind of pressure that she would have faced yesterday, especially when facing India, the home favourites. Not easy soaking in that pressure, but she got her team through with her guidance. And today, a much more formidable challenge when you're up against a team like Japan, who has got a player of the caliber of Riva Harimoto, but also the Olympic bronze medalist Hina Hayata. Meanwhile, Sachin, shall I update our viewers on what's happening on the other tables?
Yes, absolutely. Right now, while we are on a break, while the players are cooling off, we can definitely make the announcements of what's happening on to specifically between Iran and Korea there.
Oh yes, there's a match between Republic of Korea and Iran in the 58th place classification, and it has gone into the fourth match with An Jae-yun and Alamiya Noshad playing 11-8, 9-11. So it's all square at the moment.
Good start for Serlin.
Yes, very good start here. Coming back to table number 1, Serlin up against a player of the quality of Riva Harimoto has also got to see this as an opportunity. Interestingly, these two have faced off 4 times before. Riva has won on every single occasion, and she gets that point, that backhand going a little too long. But they haven't played each other in the last 4 years. And all their 4 matches were earlier in the junior circuit or the youth championships. So this is the first time that they are playing each other at the senior level.
It's 4 years. This is quite a long time. You could see that good cover up done by Serlin emotionally and both, and with goods also.
Yes, they would have faced each other when they were children actually. Riva would have been 12 or 13, and at the other side, Serlin would have been 15. So obviously, in sports, a lot of 1 year in teenage really matters a lot. You grow in leaps and bounds.
Yes, absolutely. But here I would want to say differently this point that in sports there are no children, they are sportsmen. And right now, as they were the kids there at that point of time, sports kids, but right now they are the warriors. So 4 year is a big enough time,
Yes,
for them to build up onto the muscle, both mentally, physically, stroke-wise. And you could see right now that Harimoto is backing her up, cheering up. She knew that last time she was up, and suddenly, very quietly, Serlin went up to the score and stole the one game from her. This time she doesn't want to lose the grip. Serlin to serve.
yes, Serlin serving. A variation in the serve, and because of that variation, is able to create that angle but not capitalize on it. Oh, this just climbed on her. This time, Serlin's variation works out in her favor. The last time it had turned a little bit too wide, and Riva really had to retrieve that one. The chants from the crowd continue because they are still watching and following the Indian match. Meanwhile, even as Riva Harimoto powers herself to X3, and I've got to also update all our viewers about what's happening there. Manav is on match point in the 4th match, that is. and I'm getting word that things may have turned over there. Whoa, it's in fact Ri Jong Sik who has stolen victory from the jaws of defeat and beaten Manav Thakkar.
You could see that Serlin inching up, trying to close the lead there, but with that power shot, 3 points lead.
A 3-point lead, and Niva after that last game doing a little better. This time the idea was right. The idea was really right by Sir, because she could see that Niva was moving towards one direction, tried to put it at the other, but unfortunately did not land it on the table.
Yes, and the way Niva Harimoto picked up the ball, just like shopping on the way, it was a beautiful, precise use of body.
Niva is coming into her own now. She may have lost the previous game, but now you can see again taking control here, seizing the day, and it is 9-4 for her. So 2 points away from moving up 2-1. Oh, just jabbed at it. Jabbed at it.
Okay, Serlin was a bit short on the ball. She wanted to go for that tight slap. Oh, good block by Niva. And with this, she's moving on to 2-1. Such a power block it was. Completely taken away the point that belonged to Serlin. So there's a saying in table tennis, till the time, at this kind of a level, till the time you have got the point, you cannot leave the table. You cannot leave your body language. You cannot put your racket down, because when you are playing with the highest level there, a ball can come from out of the arena also, and we have seen that happening.
Yes, the ball has to come to a complete rest. It's only then that you would want to say 100% I've got the point. Just to be extra sure. Just double check. But in the India match, now Manoj Shah will get ready to play the 5th match, and that is going to be again Ham Yu Song actually. And just such a different thought for you, considering the way the previous match had gone for India. Not today, I'm not just going by today's sample size. Would you have considered maybe changing the order? Possibly Manoj could have played the 3rd game, Ankur could have been slotted for the 2nd, and then Ankur could have been available in the eventuality of a 5th match.
You could change the order. I don't know whether to comment on changing the order, bringing some. Yes, you can't change too much. If you see, the order was already changed as compared to the last game that Manoj was brought up. Manav Thakkar was brought up. He played on first, so you can't completely bring a lot of changes there, because Ankur brings that balance also in terms of getting that important something what we expected Yashwani to do, and Yashwani did it really well. A lot of change would be too much of a change, too much of an experiment, but great move. Manav did the job what he was set out to do, to give the flying start. Quite athletic. Oh, there was a ball from a different court as well.
It was from the match between Iran and Republic of Korea, which is still ongoing. It is in the 5th to 8th place classification. Naushad is playing there, and that match is against An Jae-yun. A bit of a discussion with the umpire.
Serlin. But there was a ball, I guess Niva is talking about. The point belonged to, it was a lead point. Some bit of discussion. But I think on the other way around, I would want to tell the viewers and the fans who are watching the television, look at the emotions of Niva. She's having a positive discussion with that smile, and that is what this sports person is known for. She takes things lightly. She discusses in a far more positive manner, and look at the body language. Unlike you get angry and then lose on to the body language. That you can't do. Why the training has gone in for this kind of mental training though?
Oh, 100%. And I really like the body language there. While he may have been frustrated, she managed to control that and had a very pleasant disposition when she was talking to the umpires, trying to ask what happened there exactly. And then even later she conveyed the message to her own teammates. Meanwhile, on the table though, it is Sir Lin who has surged ahead at 4-0. So it is definitely a good game so far for the Singaporean paddler. Finally gets that point and she flicked it extremely well with the backhand. Well played, wasn't it?
Yes, it was indeed. He wanted to right down, played that shot into the body. Serlin trying to do a chop block there. I love always to see that the way Miwa blocks that spinny ball with so much of 100% accuracy and then make a room for herself to come back with the power attack. Obviously, a couple of times you can always miss out. We're humans there. Humans of table tennis.
Yes, on the table tennis tables though, you can become superhuman, but you'll still be human. That's just gone off the net and gone out, so Miwa is going to get her second point. That was a rally well controlled by Miwa in order to win that third point.
She's in a thoughtful mode right now. Looks like that she's going to preparing her for a final exam. Taking a deep breath before attempting the question, and she attempted it right, getting the point in her kitty.
Fantastic, fantastic. And it's ultimately Miwa Harimoto's whose reflexes win at the end. The ultimate changeover going on the forehand, and then Sir was not able to get that across the net. Gosh, suddenly the pace in the match picked up during that particular rally.
Yes. The backhand literally taking out the sword. Well blocked by Serlin. Serlin taking away these points matters a lot. Looks like quite a focus there. Softly stealing some of the critical points, and look at this, you could see pressure. Yes, this was a pressure because the way Miwa Harimoto pulled that shot, literally, I would call it as a sword backhand there. It was a killer, and the way she blocked it absolutely in position, quite a monk face. 7-5, Serlin to serve.
Yes, long face, all right. And if you look at actually her headshot from the International Table Tennis Federation, what a smile. During a match, she's really serious. This time though it hits the net. And a bit of a shriek there from Harimoto. He's eyeing the possibility of wrapping up this match in this game itself, rather than take it to a fifth one.
Oh, again, he stole the point from Miwa Harimoto.
Well, if Miwa actually loses this game, then it's going to be one more match that has gone into the fifth game for her. In the quarterfinal already, she's played 2 5-gamers, winning one and losing one. That loss was obviously against Kim, who was in some fabulous form.
That's right. As you know that these pairs are already the higher ranked player, you can expect longer rally, more games.
Yes, longer rallies, of course, and also you will find the subtlety also pick up.
My goodness, this is a point. This is a point. Look at the determination of Sterling. Niva Harimoto did everything right. There was nothing wrong. Last count rally super scores 16. I would call it as a 16 power shot rallies across. The way Sterling blocked it. Focus.
Matching up for stroke. But then ultimately this time though, it is the net that favored Niva. Niva now manages to climb up to 8. Although Sterling has got that point, the ball tends to lead by 1.
Such a power play, such a beautiful play. Sterling, he doesn't even blink her eyes after getting the point. He just moves back quietly to the court, come back to the business again. Niva Harimoto is playing such power shots there.
In this game,
Even if Sterling is not the position, somehow she is getting there with the short legs. Wow.
in this game she has really matched her for every shot, and this is amazing table tennis to see. Table number 1 in focus because the big games are on offer. Look at that. Once again, the quality evident. It's not just about Niva Harimoto, who's ranked number 7, but Sir Lin Kuan is also putting a show. This time though, it's Niva who won that point. But you've just seen how competitive that rally also was. It wasn't as long, but then matching each other shot for shot. And I keep saying that because that's exactly what's happening.
Niva Harimoto came back heavily with that flat. Bit of a disappointment here. Must have been for Sterling. She has been playing so well in this game. She has really got the point earned for herself. This time, Sterling has perfected the art. Again, last point she missed on the forehand.
9 yeah.
Count rally.
Actually, I'm just checking our monitors here. I'm just trying to see if we are watching this match on fast forward. That's how quick this match has been. Fast forward mode again. And this time, it's Harimoto who has equalized. Get my remote back. Let's just slow things down a little bit.
Yes, can't slow down. Again, timeout. Looks like, yes, Harimoto has taken a timeout. She knows that. Now it is 11 all. She's trying very, very hard to take that game, and Harimoto has to just finish the business here at 11. So good strategy.
Also,
and you could see so much of humility there. Her practicing partner is panning her, cooling her down.
and this is exactly what we have seen from the Japanese sporting culture. Like, so many, it's not just their players or sports persons who won fans, but including their fans as well, because whenever they go and cheer for their teams, if you look at the stadiums, they always ensure that they leave the stadium clean. And I think there's a lot that we can learn from them as well. And on the other side, Singapore, a lot of discipline being shown, a lot of grit being shown by Lin Kuan today, just getting a few pointers from her coach. Interestingly, also let me mention here that today Hina Hayata is not a part of the Japanese lineup. It's going to be Honoka Hashimoto who's going to be playing, and the other one is going to be Odo Satsuki. So no Hina Hayata, a little bit surprised.
Okay, so again a good strategy to prepare the
Yes.
Warriors for higher up battle there. At least they have secured their medal, but for them it is also about securing confidence and courage among the players. I love the way Niva Harimoto comes before the match, so disciplined, so much of humility. Sterling to serve, keep her into this game. Miwa Harimoto with that shout. Getting that point. Worked out the timeout in her favor.
And can you just tell me a little bit about the backhand over there? Because the way she was flicking it.
It was a usual backhand, but the service was right onto her body. That's why she went on for subtle banana, the subtle spin there. Subtle service. And with that, she misses out. Determined. Curlin. Definitely she's making more slams in the stadium. She's ranked 179, combating against the rank number 7. Such a high rank game she's playing today.
I've got to say one thing. As a table tennis lover, you would want to see a 5th game between these two. Now with that big hit, past Serlin Kwan's backhand, Harimoto on match point. But Sachin, you've got to agree, as a table tennis lover, one more game, please, one more game.
Yes, absolutely. So when you see this kind of a game happening, you also get charge of promote the game. Curlin was ready to block that ball. She just quickly pounced onto that, blocked it with so much of precision onto the backhand side, down the line block. Speechless, marvelous.
Miwa Harimoto being tested here at the Asian Table Tennis Championship. When she gets that point, she's got the match point again. Now, does Serlin Kwan have it to equalize again?
The moment Miwa Harimoto was waiting for is here. She won this match by 3-1. Happiness in the Japanese squad there. Such a game by Serlin. Even though she has lost, but she has earned so much of respect and confidence, even from the Japanese player, I guess. The way she was defending her, Miwa Harimoto's power shots, amazing.
Oh, absolutely. It's not often that you get to see such a performance. And Serlin Kwan, you can really hold your head high.
And what are we seeing on the other side? Naushad has beaten Anje Yu. Such a killer performance by Iran.
And Sachin, it's now 2 apiece in that match. No, the decider, hold your horses, you can do a bit of a drum roll, because the decider in that match is going to be between Oh Jun-sung and Farazi Benjamin. But let us now look at this statistic on your screen right now. The winners dished out by Miwa Harimoto in this match against Singapore.
Oh, quite a buffet of strokes onto the table. Little bit on the middle, little bit.
Read more about table tennis on my blog, pingsunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.